welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Last time, we began the assault on the castle, broke through all of the Intelligence Division's last line of defense except one. Through these doors is Lieutenant Lorence. So this fight coming up is special. The story continues the same way regardless of if you win or lose. And in fact, the game very much expects you to lose. But if you're on a max BP run, and if you want all the achievements, you have to win this fight. Think of this as the closest thing this game has to a super boss, because there's no real post-game. The super boss essentially is a mandatory story fight that you just aren't required to win. Now, because the story continues whether you win or lose, if you lose this fight, you can't just retry. You have to reload a save, so make sure you save now. Because this fight is kind of a pain, and I expect to fail at least once, I'm going to go over my entire strategy for it, including all of his moves and how to deal with them, before the fight begins, just so I don't have to repeat myself endlessly in the actual battle. So, firstly, in terms of equipment and orbment setup on everyone, you want to make sure this party has the Gladiator Belt and the Grail Locket. So, there are a few people that are viable to have this combination of items on. In fact, really, you can go with it on any of the three. So putting the Gladiator Belt on Shera means you can use Heaven's Kiss a lot more often, which is incredibly useful. Putting the Gladiator Belt on Chloe means you get to use Comfort more often, and in this fight, you must keep him debuffed with Comfort as much as possible. You ever see it wear off, you make sure Chloe puts it back on. You have to keep him debuffed, otherwise you are not going to win this. Not so much for his attack power, but more for his defense. You're just not going to eat through his defense quickly enough if you don't keep it debuffed. And for Estelle does have access to a pretty decent cancelling attack in Hard Break. Morale's also great, and having her S-Craft on hand, because it is the strongest single targeting attack in the game, to finish the fight is also useful. So, really, there are arguments to be made for any of these three taking the Gladiator Belt. On my last playthrough, which was on Nightmare, I actually got the best results out of Estelle having the Gladiator Belt and the Grail Locket, but it's also useful for Chloe as well. Now, whoever does not get the Gladiator Belt needs to have Lily Necklaces. Trust me, do not go into this fight without Lily Necklaces. That's why you want to make sure that you buy Lily Necklaces before you get to this point. Now, with their next accessory slot, they need to protect themselves from either Faint with the Feather Brooch or Mute with the Glam Choker. And which one you go with is personal preference. I personally prefer Faint Protection. Hang on a minute, do I even have enough Feather Brooches? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that detail before. If you go back here, Amalthea is gone. That's actually kind of cool. Anyway, you can always buy extras of these. I think I gave one of them to the boys by accident. Of course, her having extra CP is good too for, again, comfort reasons, so yeah, there are a few different equipment setups you can go with. I like to be safe with Fate Protection because of reasons. In terms of orbment setup, I already went over this before, but I'll go over it again. You definitely want as many action cast ports as possible on everyone. You also want Clock Up EX on everyone, at least one person with Earth Wall, but preferably more than one. And everyone needs either Blue Impact or Earthlands. These two spells will be your main source of damage for the entire fight. You know, I think I'm going to actually stick Defense 2 on Shera, just because I would really like an extra Earth Wall user. Because emergency Earth Wall is always helpful here. Okay, Clock Up EX and Earthlance. Yeah, that seems about right for me right now. Okay, so it's time to go over Lorence's moves. So, and yeah, believe me, I've actually memorized all of these because I've done this fight so many times in my time. So the annoying thing about Lorence is he has access to a whole ton of orbital arts that you cannot use in the game. So, the most dangerous of his two abilities are Earthguard EX and Terrell. Earthguard EX is like Earthguard, which puts up a shield that makes you immune to the next attack that hits you, except it makes you immune to the next 2 attacks that hit you. So, if he puts that up, you have to waste quite a few actions just to get through his shield, and he can very easily spam Terrell from behind it, which heals him for about 1,200 HP. He has about 7,000 HP total, so, yeah, and given his massive defense, you're generally doing about 600 damage to him at most, so it's very easy for him to stall out your damage. So the main threat of this fight is not him actually killing you. If you keep his strength debuffed, his chances of outright killing you are almost none. The problem is that if his AI feels like it, he can spam Earthguard EX and Terrell all fights and you just won't be able to hit him. So, yeah, this fight is kind of tough for all the wrong reasons, but there are some workarounds, and I realized that on a second playthrough when I found out that actually this isn't as luck-based as I thought it was my first time through. So, those were his 2 most dangerous arts, but he has 2 other arts that he can use. The first is Silver Thorn. This is a circular AoE attack, kind of similar to White Gahana, except it's Mirage elements, and it confuses you. This is why you need to bring Lily necklaces, because if you don't, you just cannot afford to spend any time confused in this fight. So make sure that at the very least, everybody has Lily necklaces. The actual damage output of this attack is negligible, especially if you keep him debuffed. It's the confusion that you need to worry about. His other spell is kind of interesting, Anti-Sept Zero. This inflicts mute on the entire battlefield. Now, because it's an AoE that covers the whole field, this is his most obviously telegraphed attack. It also has the longest cast time, I think, of all of his arts, so this attack is relatively easy to cancel if you see it. That's why I don't consider mute protection to be as important as fate protection or confuse protection in this fight. Speaking of fate protection, his ability that inflicts fate is his S-Craft. Yes, he has one. Is he the first enemy we've fought to have an S-Craft? I think he is, but yes. His S-Craft is called Demon Flames. Now, he generally uses this, from my experience, if he's right up in your face and all 3 of you are bunched together. So it's not hard to tell when he's about to use it. It does pretty heavy damage. It hits you for about 600 to 700 even with a Camphor debuff, so that really tells you something. That's on Nightmare though. But its main threat is that it can inflict fate on you, so that obviously gets incredibly irritating, because every single turn counts in this fight, and fate just puts you out of action for way too long. So, that's his S-Craft. In terms of his regular abilities, he also has a craft called Zero Storm, which is a line-based AoE, a little bit like Estelle's Comet, that cancels arts. So, a lot of people talk about, when they go into Lorence strategies, they talk about having one character spamming ineffectual arts to bait him into spamming Zero Storm, while everyone else just piles the damage on him and he can't use Earthguard EX. I personally find this tactic to be a little bit unreliable, and here's why. His AI is not predictable enough that he will always use Zero Storm whenever you're casting. I'd say he has about a 50% chance of using it when you're casting, but again, he's not that predictable. Not only that, Lorence is stupidly fast, and his cast time is lightning quick. He also has almost no cooldown on his actions. So, generally speaking, whenever I try and bait him into using Zero Storm, he uses Zero Storm, and then immediately gets his turn again and uses Earthguard EX. So, it generally doesn't help all that much from my experience. So, with that, apart from him just using his regular attacks on you, which actually do hit very hard, that's pretty much everything he can do. So, what is our strategy going to be for this fight? So let's go into tactics and do battle positions. So what I like doing in this fight is to obviously you want to stay as far back as possible, because the longer he takes to get right in your face, the better, because, yeah, he tends to use Demon Flames when he's right in your face. I like to set up Chloe and Shera kind of close together around there, while Estelle goes further away from them, over on this side. Now, what purpose this is going to serve is it means that Estelle is still going to be in range to use Motivate on these two, which is going to be important because that buffs magic damage as well as physical. but it also means that she can at least attempt to bait out his Zero Storms. So that's her job. Her job is to be a decoy in this fight. Her other job is to occasionally use Hard Break on Lorence. So, here's the thing. All three of these party members have access to cancelling abilities. Estelle has Hard Break, Chloe has Sturm, and Shara has Bind Whip. Don't count on getting a chance to cancel his spellcasting, because again, he is incredibly fast, and he'll usually get them off before you get a chance to move. But, if you ever do get a chance to cancel one of his arts, take it. That window of opportunity will serve you very, very well. Just don't count on it always happening. Especially for Chloe, because not only does she have to be spamming Comfort, but her, cancelling attack requires her to be right up in the enemy's face, and you generally don't want Chloe there. So, in terms of strategy, Estelle is again going to focus on Motivate, Earth Wall, Clock Up EX, mostly support, but also cancelling Lorence when he tries to cast, and at the very end, she's going to swoop in with her S-Craft. Shara, she's going to try and keep her CP up to go for her S-Craft at the end of the fight too. Meanwhile, she'll just be spamming Earth Lance and Clock Up EX, as well as, when needed, Heaven's Kiss. Chloe is going to be focusing on spamming Comfort. Whenever she gets a chance to not do that, she'll be using Blue Impact. That's pretty much what she's going to be doing in this fight. Okay, so we have our roles. This is it. I seriously can't believe that we've finally reached this point in the game. I've been looking forward to this fight for a very, very long time. So, I am probably going to fail this at least once. But, let's move. Here she is, the Queen. And someone else too. Now, if you talk to some of the people in town while controlling Joshua earlier, you do get told that Lorence is in the castle. So this is actually foreshadowed if you're looking for it. Yeah, of course, they would put their best soldier to guard their best bargaining chip. Oh, you say that now, Estelle, you say that now. You have no idea what's coming. If that even is his real name. Yep, yet another person who knows our father. Well, again, Intelligence Division. Did you really expect any less? It's their job to know everything. Only C ranked. That's actually kind of a low rating for her, but she is actually kind of young, comparatively speaking. And at least she's just on the verge of B. In fact, maybe this fight will give her enough BP to push her over the edge. Nice Shakespeare reference there. And that almost sounds like a The Incredibles reference. I can't see that line and not think of the "a company is like an enormous clock" speech. I mean, it's not a bad metaphor. Just like Queen Alicia's saying. The general gist is he has a hidden agenda, and it's based on something going on behind the scenes that we don't really know about just yet. Yeah, he was holding back before. Oh yeah, something to point out, but it should be obvious. He's immune to confusion in this fight. He's immune to every status in this fight, so don't try. And here comes the fight that actually kind of made me hate Silver Will for a bit. So he's definitely going for Silverthorn there. Let's get him debuffed now. Oh, by the way, Combo can miss him, which gets very annoying when it does. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you want to start off this fight by clock up EXing everyone. Should I Heaven's Kiss now? I'm just out of getting it on everyone, unfortunately. No, I think I'll actually clock up EX someone else. I guess Estelle. Okay, so this attack again, no threats if you have Confuse immunity. Yet, no damage at all. You do have to really pay attention to his stats though, because he actually does tend to get out of being comforted pretty quickly. Okay, the debuffs are still up. And he's getting dangerously close. Very dangerously close. I may actually have to Earthwalk here, because I think he's about to Demon Flames. Or he could Zero Storm. No, he's just... Oh boy, he's getting right up in our face. That's not good, because I think he might be about to Demon Flames. At least they both got Earthwalled. Okay, all three of us are clock-upped, and I actually think I'm going to go ahead and comfort him again, just to be absolutely sure that he's still debuffed. And, okay, right now, let's go for Earth Lance. What are you gonna do, Lorence? Yep, there's Demon Flames! So yeah, the fact that it actually does that much damage while he's 50% strength debuff should tell you something. And that knocked Estelle pretty far back. Okay, how do I go about doing this? I think you're going to Earth Lance him. And again, you just don't want to take any chances with Comfort. Keep him in Comfort at all times. Yep, there it is. That's either... Yep, it's Terrell. Okay, yep. It was either that or Earthguard EX. So this is the point where the fight starts getting very irritating. Like, you could see that I had no chance to cancel that whatsoever. Earth Lance again. Please don't Terrell again. Okay, you're going for yourself there? That's either Terrell or Earthguard EX. Okay. I do have Shara in a position to cancel. I would rather cancel with her or Estelle than cancel with Chloe, because with Chloe do I keep using Comfort, or do I go for... I'm gonna be a little greedy here. Yeah, that hits pretty hard, actually. And Estelle's gonna go straight for Heartbreak. Like I said, if you ever get the chance to cancel him, do it. But, don't count on getting that chance. Okay, he's probably gonna break out of that soon. Can I Heaven's Kiss anybody? not exactly... I don't know if I'm going to run out of Clock Up. I forget exactly how many turns Clock Up EX lasts for. Okay, I'm a little worried about this, actually, because he's probably going to... no, he's going for Silver Thorn, okay. Except, dang it, he's not debuffed anymore. This is why I got a little greedy earlier. This may actually hurt. Yeah, even when he's not debuffed, the damage is pretty negligible. Except, right, no, I'm gonna go for Comfort again, and it's, it's annoying. So, okay, yeah, this is one thing that I will say can be annoying about this game, the turn bonuses. I can't afford to S-break with anyone right now and steal that 10% heal turn from him, so unfortunately, he's probably gonna end up getting it. I could heal, I mean, I could use one of these here, but that means it's another turn that he's not debuffed for, and I really want him debuffed. That's the question, like, do I give him a 10% heal turn, or do I instead... I'm gonna go for this, actually. This could cost me, but we'll see. Oh, he's going for Demon Flare. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I should have debuffed him. Because that's probably going to kill everyone, isn't it? Okay, no, it didn't. Good, but, yeah. Okay, that was almost terrible. And Chloe's not getting her turn. Yeah, I need to Heaven's Kiss right now. I absolutely need to Heaven's Kiss Chloe. Because I need to get him debuffed again. Okay, I don't want to speak too soon, but thankfully I haven't missed with Comfort at all this fight. Let's just say that I missed with Comfort quite a bit on my test playthrough, and that was really, really aggravating. Yeah, he's not nearly in S-Craft kill range. Can I cancel you? I actually can cancel you. Except the problem is he's probably going to just attack again. He's going to cast again immediately. Okay, that's either Earthguard EX or Terrell. I don't think that's enough health for me to finish you. I mean, okay. What do I do here? Okay, Blue Impact, maybe, but if that debuff runs out, that's really bad, and also if he... Like, my logic here is that going for an offensive art on Chloe right now will mean that if, he does go for Earthguard EX, then I at least break, like, one layer of Earthguard. But then he could quite easily get out of, Oh, and I am actually out of Clock Up EX on, Estelle, and Chloe right now. That's terrible. I need to put Clock Up EX back up on people immediately. Let's actually go ahead and do that right now. Terrell. I don't know which is worse, that or Earthguard EX. Okay, he's probably gonna get undebuffed right now, isn't he? Yeah, he's undebuffed, and he's gonna... Oh, use Terrell again! Yeah, see how easy it is for him to reverse, like, all of your progress in this fight? And you are no longer Clock Up EX'd, and I am... Obviously, you need to counter again. Him getting a heal turn is not the end of the world at this point. Okay, there is Anti-Sep Zero. And he's going immediate... That's actually really bad, because now Chloe and, Shara are gonna get muted. Yeah, see how easily this fight can turn against you? Like, you can be doing incredibly well, and then all of a sudden, he just shifts the momentum immediately back in his favor. This is, not good. Well, I guess we get to see what this looks like. And now I need to waste time curing those, I think. I have this feeling that he's gonna Demon Flames now, isn't he? I mean, I should probably heal Estelle, but, yeah, because I absolutely cannot afford to lose Estelle's CP right now. He's going for Anticept 0 again, okay. Guess I can finally show Sturm. Okay, Silverthorn is fine. That's probably his least dangerous attack overall. Actually, right now, I could really use Heaven's Kiss. Because I really want to debuff you again. Not Petrified Breath, that's actually incredibly inefficient for its damage output. Yeah, the main threat of this fight is Lorence just stalling you out of all of your resources, which is just kind of annoying. And Demon Flames again, and okay, Silverthorn's fine. Silverthorn is perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be better safe than sorry and put Comfort on him again. At least that's a bit of decent damage too. Okay, he's going back down a little. Oh, see, this is why you can't rely on canceling him, by the way, because like he's just cast so quickly that sometimes, yeah, you just can't stop it. Oh, there's a crit turn coming up. That's interesting. Okay, who should I cure first? Oh, I'm actually out of mute cures. That was stupid. I should have stocked up on more of those. I have an idea. I don't know if this will work, though. I'm thinking of having Shara swipe the crit turn. I mean, I would really like Estelle to have the crit turn here, honestly. Because I don't think that I'm going to be able to... I mean, I can't get to maximum CP yet. This is kind of an all-or-nothing thing. If I don't get this with both my S-Crafts, I've basically conceded this fight. I may be able to do it. I think I can do it, actually. I think I can actually do it. If that's true, it will be first try, and that'd be amazing. Yeah, no reason to waste time. I can definitely do this. Go, Estelle! So, yeah, that fight. Again, like, it's funny, the first time I played this game, I considered that fight horrible, pure luck-based difficulty, and whether you won or not came entirely down to how often he decided to use Tyrell and Earthguard EX. The more I played this game, though, the more I've realized that I have got better and better at this fight the more I play it. And it is, like, I can win this fight relatively consistently now, so as long as you know the ins and outs of this game's battle system, it's really actually not that bad. But if Comfort wasn't this broken, it certainly would be much worse. And yeah, with that we get the achievement Preemptive Powerhouse for defeating 2nd Lieutenant Lorence. And that means I'm actually going to have to lose you on purpose off camera because I actually need to go through 2 passes of this segment in order to get all the achievements. There's no achievement for losing, but, well, I'll explain that a little bit later, what the other achievement I'm going for is. Yeah, what gave you that impression? Yeah, so at least on this quote-unquote path, you get the satisfaction of him treating Estelle as a worthy opponent. Unfortunately, he still destroys you anyway. So yeah, believe it or not, even in that fight, Lorence was holding back. The good news is, he's actually content to let us have the Queen now. So we still succeeded in our mission. And you're not gonna stop us going after the Colonel? Huh. Whatever this guy wants, he definitely wants to make sure there's no needless damage. And there he goes. Mysterious as always. And by the way, yeah, Joshua didn't get a chance to see this fight. He probably would have reactions if he did. I like how, I love that little detail with the sprites there. I never really noticed that before. The fact that while Estelle and Shera, head to check on Lorence, Chloe immediately goes to her grandmother first. It's just a great way to show, again, these people's personalities and what's important to them. Just by the way they move in a very brief cutscene. And with that, everybody is reunited. It looks like this plan was a success. The only downside is that Lorence got away and Colonel Richard is still up to something below the city. I was just about to say, oh, just hug already. Yep, Richard is still out there. And yeah, there's still plenty of Special Ops soldiers. This is far from over. I think you know something that we don't. Time for you to explain things. We've heard about that before at the museum. Well, you know the rule of RPGs, all myths have some truth to them. Well, that doesn't sound like something we want Richard activating. Yeah, anything powerful enough to give off an orbital reaction that far underground. The question is, does Richard know this or not? He also said that she knew the way. I wonder if it is that mysterious door that we couldn't do anything with when we first visited the castle. Yep, it's that door, alright. Yeah, you probably should have been watching that, Spare, especially if there was a rumor that some very dangerous artifact was kept underneath the castle. Yeah, they managed to build an entire elevator in here. Yeah, they needed control of the castle just so they could get in here. All of that was a means to an end. Don't you want to see if, like, it's trapped first? Yeah, there are security measures in place, obviously. That might take time, though, and that could be time we don't have. And guess what? It's time for a reunion! The professor has finally caught up with us! You know, that statement's actually totally true. They may be a little late to the party, but we finally have everyone together. Well, we could always use more backup. And yeah, we get some BP from this. Okay, +5 is just how much we need. I believe it's +2 for not defeating Tunan and +3 for Lorence. Yeah, I haven't seen you since all the way back then. Should we tell him? Well, I guess we already have. Yeah, you two have not actually met yet. Yeah, you haven't met either. It's introductions all around. Nope, you can just shut up right now. Like Estelle's saying. Well, good thing we have, like, one of the most brilliant scientific minds on the continent with us. I'm sure if anyone can find a way to get past this security, it's him. Yeah, blah blah blah, there's a lock on this thing. Come on, do your thing, Professor. And hi, Felicia. Oh no, even the army's against us now? We've almost got a full-on civil war on our hands here.